I think what was important for me to know is that we weren't alone.
Thank you for sharing Walker's story.
Walker was attacked by an online predator in a sextortion scheme. This event occurred in one night. Walker was approached about midnight, and they convinced Walker to have a sexual encounter over Instagram, threatened to share that content with his friends on Instagram and on the internet. And by the next morning, we had lost Walker to suicide. So that's where this whole journey started. Walker was a normal kid, just loved his family, loved spending time with family and friends. And it just, this type of thing can happen so fast. And that was the threat for us, is just we didn't understand, so many things about this online world and how many ways problems could pop up. Walker was not prone to suicide. I tell people all the time, it's hard to imagine that somebody goes to bed physically, emotionally, mentally healthy, literally go through with suicide. And that's what happened. Walker was not prone to suicide. Walker had no mental health issues at all.
Thank you for what you do. Because of you sharing Walker's story years ago, my eyes were opened and I saw the signs. My 6th grade son was talking to a friend online, ended up being a 69-year-old man in California, and we're in Kansas. With my child, I knew something was off, but when I saw a name and a number I didn't recognize on his phone, that was my first clue. And then one of my older children pulled up search history on his school Chromebook, and I saw a website I had never heard of. For our family, we caught this on the verge of some potentially very bad things happening. Our child was naive to the evil of the world and people's bad intentions, but because of previous conversations we had had, as soon as I pointed out the darkness in the situation he was in, he was able to recognize it. But if I wouldn't have heard the story that other parents were brave enough to share, I don't know that I would have known to look for signs. I don't know that there would have been a foundation there of talking about people doing these mean things online for my kid to understand something's not okay here.
Once we found out what happened to Walker and understood it, our initial opportunity to talk about it was through a Fox News interview. And then very shortly after that, Mandy at Next Talk reached out. Mandy, you were great. You just, you wanted us on your show because you wanted to tell parents and understand what happened to Walker. And we didn't know what to expect, but we did realize directly after doing that interview what a family we had in the Next Talk. Staff, everybody that is a part of Next Talk. There was a demographic of people, a group of people out there that cared about us and our family. The ability for us to share that was important, but also the understanding that the Next Talk family was there walking through this with us. It was obvious that you guys were affected. You saw it as an opportunity to minister to us. You saw it as an opportunity to use our story to help other people. And we'll forever be grateful for that.
I want you all to know that I shared Walker's story with my son when he was 14 years old. He is now 16 years old. Recently, he came to me one night in a panic. He shared that he had made a mistake and sent some pictures he should not have sent to someone he did not know, and they immediately started demanding money and threatening to expose him. I immediately let him know he did the right thing by coming to me, and he said, "I knew I had to because of the story you told me about that boy. Thank you. Thank you for all you do and for saving my son and providing the resources so he knew what to do." He was so terrified, and it was obvious to me that a 16-year-old, they are not meant to be in these situations. I can see how, a kid in that situation just thinks there's no out. My family appreciates how God is using you and your family to share Walker's story, because your family will forever be a part of our family story. Just thank y'all for being a part of our family story.
Our family's message, let alone the message of Next Talk, with all the other topics you guys cover, has saved lives. It's saved families. It's put an advantage to the parents that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So I would say to the donors that your money is being well spent, and I just believe that there will come a time eternally where that's rewarded.